What's new in the world of social media? Well, we're about to find out. This is DXB Today. Welcome to DXB Today. It's Monday and we're keeping you up to date on the latest trends in social media and digital marketing.
Now, whether you're an entrepreneur, large corporation, or an influencer, the new phase of marketing is all about creating content that tells a compelling story.
Absolutely, and with so much content out there, it can be difficult to stand out from the crowd. That's why we have experts on the show with tips and tricks on ways to improve your marketing skills and grow your business or your brand. Now, Dina, you've got a pretty substantial following on TikTok, 80,000 followers, I believe.
Yeah, more now. I'm getting close to that 100. But you know what? I love TikTok. I absolutely do love it as a platform. But one thing that I will say is Instagram. I've been doing it for like 10 years. And even though my following has grown so slowly, I want to get a few tips today. I think once you do something consistently and long enough, you do build yourself a reputation. You get those campaigns. You do attract the community that you're looking for. And you have that following that you really are familiar with and love.
Yeah, it's so important, all social media. And because there is now a panic, isn't there? People think there's just too many platforms. What do they focus on? What do they not? So I'm really, as you said, really excited about today's show. And I'm hoping to have 80,000 followers by the end of it.
Hopefully we'll all get there. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Right, well, we all know that effective communication is the key to getting your message across and, of course, building an online following. Sounds simple enough, but how do you actually achieve it? Our guest co-host today is an expert on communication strategies, and she's here to tell us how.
Hi everyone, I'm Maha Boulanain, founder of Digital and Savvy, and I'm really excited today to talk about all things content and communications on social media.
And welcome back to the show, Maha. We're so excited. Can't wait to catch up with you a bit later. Right, social media and content creation is becoming a business in itself. Business mentor John Lee spoke at the recent Mind Valley event in Dubai about how traditional businesses may be a thing of the past. Our reporter, Dua, caught up with him to find out more.
What are some of the things in your experience that you've seen as great evidence of mentorship?
Well, you know this, like, there's only so much you know. And there's almost, and to get to the next level, you got to do something different. So either you acquire that knowledge, which takes time, or you got to be able to do something and find somebody who's already done it. The question is always very simple. What do I want to do? And who else has done that? So in my own life, my first mentor in real estate, his name was Ying Tan. And this guy charged £10,000 for 2 days of his time. I didn't have the money. So I sold my car and I paid in the money. Everyone thought I was crazy. But within a year, I was a multimillionaire in property because he taught me the things which people don't know. And it's what we call specialized knowledge. And that's why people need to have a mentor. So the main points that people need to understand is on TV, they refer to me as the money mentor. And so my whole talk here is all about how do we make more money and how do we multiply money. You see, there are three types of income. You have active income, which is what 99% of the world is taught to do. Go to school, get a job, work for somebody else. But we need to convert that into what we call passive income. Because passive income, you create the thing once and it pays you over and over and over again. So when you do that, you get your time back, which leads us to the third one, which is leveraged income. This is what a lot of people do not talk about. I'll give an example. Let's say you buy a Tesla for, say, $60,000. If you'd have put the same $60,000, $70,000 into a Tesla stock, when it came out, it'd be worth a lot more than just one Tesla. So, but I'm not giving financial advice here. I'm not telling people to do that, but I'm just giving that as an example, is where do you put your money? Because we work really hard for money. So we have to have money work really hard for us. So it's not just about the hustle. It's not just about just doing business. It's like working smart. That's what my talk is about.
Incredible. And how would you advise people to start, just an average Joe, 9-to-5 job? He wants to start thinking about passive income. Where does he start?
You have to look at income producing assets. So what things can you put your money into that's going to return you something that is not sucking up your time? Think of all the traditional ways before the pandemic. We buy a business, we buy premises, we hire staff, we get stock. You're like $500,000 in before you even start. So what is the alternative? Right now, we have something called digital entrepreneurship. I see a lot of people now, digital nomads. For example, a lot of people come to Dubai. A lot of my friends are moving here. I say, why are you moving there? Oh, we're a digital nomad. You don't have to have any physical offices. You just need an idea, have a website. And now you drive traffic using a lot of social media strategies. So that's one way people could do it. Like anyone now watching this can go and buy something at a low cost and arbitrage the price at a higher cost. You can use things like, there are so many different sites like Patreon. You've got YouTube, creator economy. The entire creator economy now is paying money to have you create content. So you don't even have to sell a product or a service anymore. So there's so many different ways in today's world to start doing this without any experience. If you can copy, paste, drag and drop, you can do this.
I feel like we've given like multi-million-dollar advice for free on DXB today. So thank you so much, John Lee. Thank you so much.
My name is John Lee and you're watching DXB Today.
John Lee, insightful as always. So Maha, building upon the discussion that we just saw,
yes.
Everyone's content marketing, but is everyone doing it well? I think that is the ultimate question.
Well, the aim is to do it well. And the way that you can do it well is try to connect with your audience. And the best way to connect with your audience is be yourself. Authenticity shows. Like when we feel people are rehearsed and trying too hard, we don't connect with that. And so I think to be good at content marketing, you need to be authentic. You need to try to connect with your audience, and you need to be yourself. Don't try too hard. Don't overthink it.
I love it. Absolutely, and our next guest is absolutely connecting with his audience. He's here to tell us more about social media content and the creation process of influencing. He's a TikTok star and co-founder of social media marketing agency K9 Unit. Please welcome Fahad Kaleem. Fahad, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So right now, almost, I guess around 1 million followers on TikTok, but that's not easy, right?
Yeah.
It takes time to get there.
Tell us now.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Just drop the gems.
Zina's mad keen for more followers.
Guys, you could reach 1 million followers overnight or over 2 years. It's just about the type of content you put out there. Like mentioned earlier, it's about being yourself, about being authentic. There's no secret formula to reach that following count. I mean, it took me 2 years to reach 1 million. I was stuck at 970,000 followers for 3 months. But I just had to do a specific type of content for like 3 days, and I jumped 40,000 followers.
But the question is, do you have to have that like hook within the first 3 seconds so that people can watch that video? Because that's the key.
So you need to understand who's watching your videos. And you need to understand that you cannot predict human behavior of over 1 billion users. So you need to just, that's why the 3-second rule exists. So you need to just assume at all times that whoever's watching my video is not paying attention to me. And attention's the currency. So that person could be in bed, that person could be at work, stuck into traffic jam. You need to put that in your mind and then create the first 3 seconds.
So yeah, I've heard so much of your success is based on shareability. If your video is likely to be shared with someone, then you're more likely to be successful. How much do you think that's true?
It is very true because relatability kind of just works in parallel with that. And it's not just that, it's watch time as well. All of these apps will only be able to make money if they have users on it for longer periods of time. And that's why you've got TikTok Lives, Instagram Lives, and all of these things coming up now. So the longer that you can keep a user repeating your video, the higher the chances of the algorithm pushing you. And by the way, the algorithm is not like a machine that picks who goes viral. It's just us. We're the algorithm. We decide who goes viral.
Really?
No, don't tell us that
I know.
because we don't like the algorithm.
Yeah.
So
It's always against us.
yeah, it's always against us.
So, look, here's the thing, right? As mentioned earlier, the energy, the authenticity, the trying too hard is where you guys fail when you're not able to please people. You have to, first of all, remove the intention of gaining followers, remove the intention of gaining views, and think, why am I doing this? Do I just want to be famous? Because there's a million ways to do that. You can start doing giveaways. You can, if you follow me on TikTok, please, if you follow me on TikTok, I'm going to give you $10. You know, that type of trends have been going on. It's a Mr. Beast trend, by the way. I've taken that trend, recreated it for like over 4 of my clients, made them jump 100,000 followers in 3 videos.
Wow.
Because everyone watching that video now has an incentive to follow.
You know that Dina's going to be sliding into your DMs, by
I
the way.
know. I already was like,
I'm fascinated by this, but I want to talk to you about something that's been quite the conversation in the makeup room this morning, and I want to loop Maha in on this as well. Fahad, you're 25.
Yeah.
And I understand that at K9 Unit, you do not, in fact, the word refuse was mentioned to employ anybody over the age of 22. Now, I'm down with that. I think that's a great strategy.
I cannot believe you are down with that. I'm really upset
because I'm
with
old.
It just feels so ageist. I'm sorry.
But
I'm
why?
reaching 40.
Guys.
I'm innovative. I'm young. I have fresh ideas. Maha, back me up.
I was going to say.
I'm cute and quirky.
I've just been in the business for 2 years, okay, and I'm working with what I've learned. And what I have learned in the last 2 years in the region that I am, the younger generation has it better than me or anyone above me.
Okay, so as the older generation, as I have to fix my mic here, as the older generation, I kind of disagree.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm 53. I've spent a lot of time trying to, like, be culturally relevant, always lifelong learning. Like, I feel like I know a lot about TikTok and the platform, so I don't think it's about their age. It's about how adaptable are you to learning.
Yeah. You know what? This is going to be a longer conversation, isn't it?
I'm on that with you, and I agree, but that's why I mentioned my region, which is where we are right now. You don't have 50-year-olds.
Listen, you guys, we're out of time. You're going to have to talk about this off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about this after the show's over. But Fahad, I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing your tips and tricks with us here today. So thank you.
And not arguing.
Things are about to be controversial there. It's time for a short break, but we'll be back to determine what's viral and what's not. So definitely don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to DXB Today. Now, we are with expert communications strategist Maha Abul-Nain. Maha, thank you so much for being back on the show. I'm fascinated about your take on personal brand. Tell me more about that, because it's so important.
I believe that personal branding is about leadership. It's not about self-promotion. The biggest thing people worry about is, like, if I'm doing a personal brand, it's like, hey, look at me. But if you have a social media account, you are a personal brand, and you need to build and protect your reputation yourself.
Ooh, okay.
That's interesting, because our next guest can definitely tell us more about that. He's prolific in social media content creation and has used his marketing prowess to grow his own personal brand as well. Please welcome the founder of business advisory firm Plug Mina. It's Hussein Wehbe. Hussein, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, your story is fascinating because you actually were very much in the corporate world as the CEO of Aramex of the Gulf region for a very, very long time. And then you transferred over, very much focused on personal branding, and now run your own firm. How did that shift and transition happen, and why did it happen?
If you see, I moved from the corporate world to the entrepreneurship world. When you move into the entrepreneurship world, startup ecosystem, you need to promote your business. You need to promote the business of others. So you move from the corporate marketing strategies into the personal branding, because your name, your brand is the brand of your own company. So I found a very big here importance in trying to build my personal name. Again, as you just said, it's not about you. Your personal brand doesn't reflect you. It reflects the values where you can add value to others.
Honestly, Hussein, I love one thing about what you're doing is you're focusing on LinkedIn. It is the underrated platform, and tell people why LinkedIn is so important, especially for a personal brand.
Everybody is on LinkedIn. I always say every decision maker, every business owner, every employee, every potential employer, every potential partner of yours is on LinkedIn. So the whole world is on LinkedIn.
Everyone thinks that LinkedIn is about getting jobs, or if you want to find a job.
It started like this, by the way, but today LinkedIn can get you a job, or it can accelerate your own business by attracting inbound leads very organically.
So if we are, oh, sorry, Katie, I'm cutting up. But so I'm on LinkedIn and completely inactive. I'm terrible. I'm your nightmare. I've got my CV on there. I've got some videos. But what am I supposed to be doing on a daily basis? What differentiates this from other social platforms? Obviously, it's got a bit more of a serious professional tone. What should someone like me, who's a TV presenter, does voiceovers, whatever, be posting on a daily basis? Is this an emotional? Is it my values? What do you think?
The key on LinkedIn is to be yourself online in the same way you are offline. I mean, you cannot fake it. The way people see you offline is the way they have to see you online. And by reflecting your values, your personal values, your business values, as an individual and as a leader, this is where you can hit the sweet spot. So you have to be super authentic, super genuine, and my advice, create your own content.
Yeah.
Well,
you have to create your own content.
We were talking about TikTok earlier with Fahad, and that's very much a younger younger consumer. But then we say LinkedIn is more of a mature group that we're reaching out to. How do we merge the two? How do we get the younger generation more involved with LinkedIn?
I believe it's somehow interconnected because your brand on LinkedIn can be reflected on TikTok, but in a different manner. I'll give you an example. I have a LinkedIn account. I speak about leadership, culture, startups. I amplify great things. I amplify good businesses. I amplify good people. And then on my TikTok account, I amplify good frontliners.
So it's interesting you're saying, because you're using the different platforms for kind of the different content. Now on LinkedIn, you post every single day. He posts every day. Like, firstly, to anyone watching, like, how do you do that? And what is the kind of content you're putting out every day that is worth reading and looking?
The only excuse that I will never accept is when you say I don't have time to post on LinkedIn. With practice, it takes you 10 minutes to create the content, or you create it one day before and post it, and then leave it there for people to engage with it.
With the scheduled post.
But it's so much. It's like I'm sitting there and I'm creating content. It's like Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, and I can't keep up. I really can't. Like, you're supposed to be active and present and socially engaged and post. It's time consuming at the end of the day. I'm using the excuse you hate, but I really feel like
I'm doing it on one platform, which is LinkedIn. I always say LinkedIn is my virtual office. It's my virtual home. All my friends, connections, partners, people I met one time in my life are there. So for me, it's a hub for my network where I can not only promote my business, promote their own business, share the best practices. The secret in LinkedIn for me is sharing knowledge and experience. When you have passion in sharing knowledge and experience, you will really make it in a very authentic manner.
Give us 2 tips that we can do today on our LinkedIn page to improve our participation and
all of us.
No pressure.
Okay. Start thinking in this way.
You've got 20 seconds.
Everything that happens with you every day is content. Everything good, positive is content.
I like it.
I like that.
And I like you. Thank you so much for being on the show. You're awesome. So inspiring. Okay, Maha. Yes. Have you been paying attention?
I have been paying attention.
Okay, well, we're about to quiz you. We've got our DXB in 60.
You know that she got 9 last time she was on the show.
Goodness.
Oh, really?
We got to beat that. You and I can work together. We can beat it. All right, guys. Start the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. What did we talk about the show today? What did we talk about on the show today? Social media marketing or financing?
Social media marketing.
Correct. Which business mentor did we feature in our video clip? John Lee or John Simon?
John Lee.
Correct. Which DXB presenter interviewed John Lee? Ash or Duat? Oh, wow. What event was John Lee in Dubai for? Mind Valley Live or Art Dubai?
Mind Valley.
Who was the first guest on the show? Saad Kaleem or Fahad Kaleem?
Fahad Kaleem.
Correct. What is the name of Fahad's company? 5 to 9 Unit or K9 Unit?
K9 Unit.
Which social media platform does Fahad have a large following on? Facebook or TikTok?
TikTok.
What? Correct again. What was the name of the second guest on the show? Hussein Wahbi or Ahmed Wahbi?
Hussein Wahbi.
Correct. What is the name of Hussein's company? Ooh,
Plug Media.
Plug Mina or Plug Radio?
Plug Mina.
Plug Mina. What is Hussein's official title? Plug Mina, Project Director, CEO?
CEO.
Correct. Which social media platform Hussein says executives should use? Facebook
LinkedIn.
or LinkedIn? Oh.
Did I get 10 for 10?
You absolutely got the 11 for
I think she got 11.
She definitely got 11.
Do I round of applause,
please? Oh my goodness, you were fantastic.
Why am I not?
I'm going to go talk about it today on LinkedIn.
Wow, you should talk about it today on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
There you go.
So
content.
the leaderboard is up on the screen. Obviously, it's Monday, but you're top. And I think you're going to stay there for the week, you know?
I think so.
It's all good time.
Thank you, everybody.
So
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us yet
coming on
again,
DXB
and we look
today.
forward to having you back on again.
It's now time for another quick break, but we will be back with tonight's musical performance. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to DXB Today. I am here with such an incredibly talented artist, Matilda G. And can we just start off with the fact that you are 17 years old? How in the world are you as talented and successful and so well put together at the age of 17? How's it going?
Great.
You're on cloud 9 right now because you're holding an award. Tell us what this is about, first of all.
Isn't it nice and shiny?
It is, absolutely.
It's a music award, it's a new music award, and it was an amazing experience. The award ceremony was only a couple days ago, and it was beautiful. I hope to see many more.
And I saw you perform, and you're going to be performing the same song for us today.
I
did. Your latest single?
Yes, it's called Digging for Diamonds.
And you are just so talented. Now, you've been doing this since you were 13 years old?
Yes, I started off very, very young, and I've always known what I wanted to do, and I've always pursued it, a lot of hard work.
Great. Now, you are 17 years old. I'm assuming you're about to finish school. What happens next? Is this going to be a full-time gig for you?
Yes, I'm not planning to go to college or university. I'm just planning to do music full-time and pursue it fully.
How are your parents feeling about all this?
Very supportive.
Really?
Extremely. I am
that's
so
nice
thankful because without them, I wouldn't have been able to do everything I did. Their support means the world to me.
So what are you going to do? How does it become like a full-time career at this point?
I guess just more writing, more experience, more traveling, networking. I feel like collaborations is very important right now for me. So
because you're based in Singapore and you're just visiting Dubai briefly. Now, we've been talking a lot about social media this episode, and obviously you're quite successful in social media. And how are you using it to leverage, to improve your career and to get the word out there? You have any tips for us?
Be yourself. Like we've said before, just be yourself, put music out that people can relate to. That's my main goal, to make people feel understood with my music. And that's my goal, and that's what I love doing.
Well, I think you're fantastic, and I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see you perform. We saw you in rehearsals.
Thank you so much.
Stick around. She is so, so good. Matilda G, follow her on Instagram. Your handle is?
Matilda Girasole.
Okay, I think we'll have to look that one up.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to leave you to get ready, and I'm going to pass on over to you, Katie.
Thanks, Dina. How amazing is she? I can't wait to hear her perform. Wonderful. Right, that is it for us today, or from us, I should say, today. Now, I know that there are lots of you content creators out there right here in Dubai. We want you to tell us your Dubai story. Make sure you use the hashtag DXB Today, and we might just feature it on the show. Ladies, what a show. What are we going to take away? How are you changing your social media strategy, Nimi Mehta?
Well, you know what? I think I'm already quite authentic, but I think I need to post more on LinkedIn. That's the #1 thing I got. I post every now and again, but I'm realising the kind of like transfer you can get in terms of business back.
What I've actually done on LinkedIn genuinely is I'm taking a lot of because I do reels and a lot of video content, and I'm actually putting that on LinkedIn. And I did start saying, I know this isn't normal for LinkedIn, but I get really good response.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dina, I know you're terrified of LinkedIn.
I am terrified of LinkedIn, but I have, I'm trying to at least update my different platforms once in a while. I'm also have just started on Snapchat, actually, which is...
Are you 15?
I'm not... You know what? That's what people said to me when I started on TikTok. They're like, isn't that a platform for... I was actually on it when it was still Musical.ly, and everyone else was 13, and I was like, you know what? Eventually, the moms will make their way onto this platform, and you know what? It's a parenthood invasion on TikTok now. Everyone's dancing, everyone's doing it with their kids. It's a family thing.
I actually spoke down at VidCon on the TikTok panel about the fact that it's not just teenagers doing TikTok dances. I've learnt so much on TikTok. I may have done a dance or two.
I mean, I think we filmed the TikTok today.
Yeah, you guys are really good at things.
We're really
I'm going to say something. I've had a couple of videos go viral. I'm talking about reaching 5 to 10 million views. And something that I noticed with both of them was, again, relatability and shareability. And I think those are the two things that I'm really trying to focus on now. But I have this really curly, crazy hair. And, there's this whole joke about mom buns and it going up. And anyway, I felt like I really exposed an insecurity of mine. And it became viral. And it was something that they said, be yourself, be authentic, expose yourself to the world.
I love it.
Absolutely. And no gatekeeping, please, from all those content creators out there. We want to know your secrets. Ladies, it's been a joy. Thank you so much. And join us again tomorrow as we do an Oscar recap and look at the big winners on and off the carpet. Good night from all of us here today at DXB Today. For now, Matilda, it's over to you.